guys, I just got back from the movie theater. I just saw a 1 o'clock showing of the movie, possibly of the month, possibly of the next few months, but the biggest movie, especially right now, which is Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, love Spider-Man, have seen every Spider-Man film in theaters since the very first Tobey Maguire film. I love it, it's great. This one, really big fan of it. I'm gonna do some spoilers, but I'm not gonna do it till the very end, and I will give you plenty of time, so you can listen up until that part. So Spider-Man Far From Home opens up, right after the snap, right after the events of Endgame, picks up, catches you up pretty well. There's a lot of good comedy in it throughout Peter's trip to Europe and everything going on with that. You start to see a little bit more of the MJ Peter Parker chemistry, which is good. You see some really good just Peter Parker comedy, really good stuff going on that way. When Mysterio finally shows up and you actually get a good grasp of him, he's phenomenal. Jake Gyllenhaal did a great job as Mysterio. I absolutely love what they did with the character. I think it's phenomenal. I can't say enough about Mysterio. They nailed him. It's perfect. Jake Gyllenhaal did a great job, and I do hope we see more of Mysterio in the future. The fight scenes were great. The CG looked good. Everything was really fun. I thought it was a great continuation. A lot of people are saying this is the best Spider-Man film. Some people are not. I do think it beats Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is a great film in my opinion. Like, I think the same way a lot of other people think, that it is one of the best superhero movies and Spider-Man movies. I agree. I do think this is better than Spider-Man 2. However, I do not think this is better than Into the Spider-Verse. I did like Spider-Verse a lot better. But if you're looking at live action Spider-Man films, this might have taken the cake as the best one. Mysterio is a phenomenal villain. I can't say enough about Mysterio. He really made this movie for me. We get to see a natural progression of Spider-Man choosing to be a hero or balancing his personal life, which is really good. I really like that all the acting did really good. I like I said previously, that MJ has stepped forward and become more of her own character. You get to see more from Peter's best friend, which is really good. I can't even remember his name right off the top of my head. The teachers are really good. There's a lot of really good comedy. You could say this is superhero Euro trip in a way. There is, that Euro trip vibe. But yeah, it's really good. The 2 end credit scenes are really good. But go see this movie. It's great. I highly recommend it. If you love Spider-Man, you'll love it. If you love Marvel, you'll love it. It's a smaller scale film with large scale battles, if that makes sense. But it's really good. So if you don't want spoilers, stop this review at this point, because it's recommended to go check it out. Thank you for watching. If you've seen it or you don't mind spoilers, we're going to talk to spoilers. I'm going to give you like 3 seconds. We're going to get ready to go in. So, all right, spoilers. Mysterio, I love what they did with him. I was very upset that they killed him off. I didn't agree with that. I wanted Mysterio in a future Sinister Six. Yeah, maybe they can figure out some way to bring him back, but I don't see that happening because he looks definitively dead to me. And that sucks. That bums me out. That's the one thing I hated most about this movie. I absolutely love Mysterio. I love Jake Gyllenhaal, and I hate that this small scale movie is all we got to see him in, because he could have been a massive threat. What he did with everything, with the, disturbing how everything looked, and I mean, it was very dangerous for Peter, and helped him establish his spider sense or spider tingle, however you want to call it. But I loved it. And I was bummed about that. Krulls at the end were great. We're with Maria and Fury becoming the Krulls. Totally understand. I'm excited to see what Fury is doing in space right now with S.H.I.E.L.D. That's going to be cool. The biggest thing of all, if you've seen the movie, is the end credit scene where Mysterio's last dying thing is he announces that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and turns the world basically against him, as he's the bad guy. I don't know how they're gonna go from this. I'm excited to see how they do, because it's gonna be tough, because you're gonna have the whole world thinking that Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio, is this great guy, because all they've seen is him saving it. So basically it's gonna have to be turned around to show that he was the bad guy the whole time, and will the world believe it, that kind of thing. But at first it's gonna be crazy, because Spider-Man's literally in the middle of, it looks like Times Square, but it's somewhere in the middle of New York. And when they say this, I love that J.K. Simmons came back as J. Jonah Jameson. I think that's absolutely phenomenal. I love it. Sure, it's probably some fan service to fans of the Tobey Maguire original trilogy. That's okay, because no matter what you think about those movies, you can't deny that J.K. Simmons was great as J. Jonah Jameson. I love that they brought him back. So I wanted to keep this review and these spoilers underneath 6 minutes. We're just over 5 minutes right now. What can I say? As a comic book fan, as a Spider-Man fan, go see this movie. It's phenomenal. I think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man that we've ever had. I think he can get his wisecracks a little bit more, but that will come. I think the awkward teenager, Tom Holland, has even did better. He was great in Homecoming. He's even better now. My only negatives on the whole film is, you know, Mysterio dying. Can't stand that. That's infuriating. But other than that, it's a great movie. Second best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen in my life, with Spider-Verse being the first. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I hope the spoilers, if you haven't seen it and you stuck around, don't really hurt you. But yeah, I can't say it enough. I'm ready to see it again. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to follow my page, like it, subscribe it, and put in the comments, spoiler free please, in case somebody sees it. But let me know what you thought.